Hello. Hi. Sorry, I didn't realise my welcome screen wasn't up. Yes, it's definitely kisses time.
Hi.
I was busy posting messages in everybody's Discord. Hi, Vic. Thanks for the host.
Vic, oh, I love that host. There's a guitar.
You like my little guitar dude, yeah?
Oh, yes.
So, yeah, for those of you that don't know, I have a Discord. There's the link. Please stop grabbing at me. Get off. Ugh. Fucking kids. Ugh. I've also had the heating on like mega high all day.
Everyone.
And now I'm actually overheating quite a bit.
Everyone, do you want to see my new invention?
Would you like to see his new invention? It's very cool.
It's a new house. The things blocking the house here is stopping the bad guy from coming in. On top, you can see is like
Okay,
a
Vic.
satellite to open up the door, but now it has to be jammed.
Stand here where they can see you.
Yes, and Green Goblin is just sitting down watching TV, and next to it is the bed. Pretty cool, right, everyone?
That's pretty cool, that is. Right, you can put it all away now.
Oh wait, I forgot the keys to charge the TV. That's how the TV charges. Okay, I want you to see the keys. Here they are. They're pretty cool.
They're pretty cool. They're pretty cool, aren't they? Are you impressed?
This is the bad guy. He has stolen a police officer. See?
Oh, they didn't come up.
See? Pretty cool.
Why they didn't come up?
Everyone, the bad guy dressed to. Oh! What in the name is that?
It's a glitchcon badge.
Okay, everyone, the bad guy's turned into a suit of the police officer, and he has like an axe and one of Batman's batarangs.
Right, it is now gone 8 o'clock. So guess where you're going?
To bed.
Yeah, absolutely to bed. So hello to Dork and Sandy and Vic, who is hosting and lurking, and
I'm just gonna put
Rita and Miss L.
I'm gonna leave my box here. Oh, ow!
Your emojis didn't show up.
Oh yes, I love
Hi,
that.
Doc. Thanks for the host. Could you please stop shouting over me? Thank you very much.
I like those hosts. There's also says hi to me. Oh, hi.
Al.
Hi, Elle. Elle, I was really angry you wasn't going on.
That's because her husband needs looking after today.
Yeah.
Because he had to go to the dentist and have teeth pulled out.
Elle, can you ask me why his teeth had to come out?
Because he had like an extra one that had to be taken out.
Oh, yeah. Elle,
Charming child.
Elle, I have some big teeth already.
Show his teeth then. There's his big teeth. Lots of big teeth. Right, you're going to say goodnight now. Say goodnight, everybody.
Good night, everybody. Mum told me you're going on tomorrow.
Yeah, she's on tomorrow, aren't you, Elle?
Mum,
Yes.
what are those pictures? Can you show me?
No. Right, say night night, everybody, because Daryl is going to bed now.
Night, night. Good night, Elle. Kisses for Elle.
Kisses for Elle, yeah, stuff on me. Go on, sod off. Shoot.
That
Go,
was a
leave,
kitty cat.
bye.
Mum, leave my box there.
Right in the middle of the office floor. Cheers for that. Nighty night.
Nighty night. Good night, Elle. I'm going to send you a dragon kiss. Mum, send Elle a dragon kiss.
Oh, okay. Dragon kisses for Elle.
Even like something for
I don't know how to do dragon kisses. Go on. Bugger off.
dragon kiss for Elle.
I know, my camera looks really high. That's a bit better. I just looked like I'd shrunk, you know. Yeah, you did have a hug and a kiss. Fuck off. God, child. God almighty. Good evening. How is everybody? I hope everyone is well. Okay. I'm shattered. Thanks very much for asking. Basically, I treated my hair again today because Daryl has the creepy crawlies, which, you know, lovely. So I gave him a bath and combed his hair, and then I had to treat my hair as well. And it's exhausting washing all this hair, you know. So it feels like it's been a really long day. But there we go. How is Adam feeling? Okay. Okay. No, okay then. Very swollen, can't get coffee. No, I bet he can't. His jaw's looking bruised. Didn't you say like it was quite an effort to actually get the tooth out? They had to break it or something. I'm not surprised his jaw's bruised. Excuse me just a minute while I mute myself. Sorry about that. He seems to think, because I'm online, I'm not actually going to shout at him when he's doing my fucking head in. They had to break yours when it grew like that. Ooh. Yeah, mum voice, that's right. I'm very thankful I've never had any of my wisdoms looked at. They hurt every now and then they leave me alone, which is like, yay. Do you know what? All day long I've been cold and I've had the heating on. And, like, I'm in the craft room, which is the coldest room in the house, and it's evening, which is usually colder. And I'm fucking boiling now. Really, really hot. What's everybody been doing? Have you all had a good day? Have you all been busy? I've been watching Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. with my oldest. You plied your neon rainbow alpaca. Ooh. Luckily your wisdom teeth came through fine. You had 4 teeth out for a brace, so they had room to come out. That's alright then. I had loads of teeth removed when I was a child because I said like I had too many teeth. I was like, how can I have too many teeth? And it was very traumatic, and I don't like going to the dentist as a result. Yeah, I quite like it. We're on we just started season 3, so we're like several episodes in to that. I haven't seen it all. I'm pretty sure I've seen some of season 3. It's like I keep seeing episodes and saying to my son, oh, I don't remember this one. And then an episode comes on that I do remember. Like Gemma's just spent sort of 6 months on that planet in the obelisk. I remembered that episode, but I didn't remember the episode before. So, yeah, weird. There we go. Sorry, just trying to get my camera so you guys can see it. It's a bit far away. Is that the alpaca that you started spinning not that long ago? You worked through that quick. Have you been working on it like off stream as well? I don't spin off stream. Oh, good for you. I spin when I'm on stream and that's about it. That's why I set up for a spinning stream, because it was like, actually, do you know what? I think if I do a spinning stream, I'm more likely to actually spin on my wheel from time to time. Well, yeah, I know you've got the e-spinner, but... Oops. Pause. Oh dear. I've been frogging old projects. Yeah, I had a sort through my room. I found 60 bazillion projects that either I haven't finished or I've put aside because I don't like the finished project. Like one of them was a cardigan that I'd knitted. I can't remember the bloody name of it now. But it's not long enough. I didn't like where it ended. It wasn't long enough. But these buttons are absolutely gorgeous that were on it. And I thought I'd show them off. Look at those. They're all really, really sparkly. And I can't remember where the hell I got these from. And then I bought a square one to do the top of it. It was the cardigan with like the massive cable collar. I can't remember what the hell it's called now. It's in my Ravelries project. So yeah, it was like a really dark purple. It was this yarn actually that it went on, and it looked really, really nice. But the cardigan literally stopped like just on my belly, and it just made me look really fat when I wore it. So I never wore it. We might well have done, yeah. I mean, I've had them years and years and years. And, is it me or is that very... Oh, hang on, my screen's been tipped. That would be why. My camera was so fucking off then. Oh, boob shot. Boobs. Yeah, I mean, I've had them like a long, long time. I just tested my sewing machine after it went to the shop like a month ago. It works. Which is good because I need to create my next junk journal. And I want to like do some sewing on the pages for texture and all that kind of thing. Yeah, that poor cardigan, I made it all up, and the one reason I didn't wear it was, hi Andy, was that the massive collar on it, because you knit the collar cable style, like that way, and then you sewed the side of it onto the collar, and it kept curling, so I was going to sort of tack it down all the way around, and I just never got round to it. And I said to my son the other day, I was like, I don't think this is still going to fit me. And when I tried it on, like I say, it stopped in a very, very unflattering place on my belly. And I was like, that needs to be at least another ball of yarn long. So it's been frogged. Yeah, it's Stephanie, what's her face, knitted one. And I really, really liked it. And I actually completed the entire cardigan. It was all sewn together. Buttons were sewn on and everything. And I pinned the collar down, like, about 8 years ago, meaning to sort of just tack it into place to stop it shifting whenever I shifted. But then, of course, I had Daryl and I gained weight again. And never mind, eh? How you doing there, Andy? You alright, love? You missed Daryl's very, very lengthy explanation over the house he built for the Green Goblin earlier. And I bet you're really, really pleased about that. I know, yeah. £4 down in 22 days from no Coke. Which is pretty good because I haven't changed my diet and I have actually been drinking lemonade a few times. So, you know, I was quite surprised actually when I stood on the scales and I was like, oh, I've lost, because I knew I'd lost £1. So, oh, I've lost another £3. That's good. Thank you. If my son comes home and tells me he's cold, I'm going to shoot him because I am absolutely roasting now. Can you hear him? Now I'm going to activate Space Ranger something or other. What the fuck he's doing up there? He's funny. April, I was just thinking about you. Did you stream? Because I never got notification that you were streaming. You only stream on Saturdays. That's why I wait until 8 o'clock. Or did you change it? I missed that. Oh, okay. I didn't read it properly then. When did you decide to do that? Oh, okay. Fairy snuff. Righty-ho. In one ear and out the other with me at the moment. I don't even know what bloody day it is. Yes, it is. She's going to be 107. And I completely forgot. Otherwise, I'd have gone first with the card thing. Oh, 112. Shit, that must make me 117 then. Otherwise, I'd have gone first with the card thing. And hi, Victus! Thank you for the host. And sent you an actual birthday card. Oh, well, I'll send you a birthday card, but it'll be late. How you doing, Vig? Yeah, I'm boiling. I've had the heating on full blast in my house all day because I'm fed up with being sort of like, you know, slightly cold. And I washed my hair today and I always get cold when my head's wet because it takes so freaking long for my dreads to cold, you know, to dry. So I put the heating up full blast this morning. And I came in here to do the stream, haven't been in here all day. And this is the coldest room in the house. So I thought, I'm really glad I've had the heating on all day. And I came in and I was like, fucking hell, it's really hot. So either it's really, now the temperature's finally sort of caught up in my house, or I'm having a hot flush. But I've been having a hot flush now for about half an hour. So, you know, I'm not sure whether it's the heating or the hot flush. It's got warm and stuffier there as well, is it? Yeah, maybe that's what it is. The trouble is, it makes me itchy when it's warm. Love you too, baby. You missed Daryl earlier on, April. He was telling everybody about his Lego that he'd built. Uh-huh. I don't know what it is here. Hang on. Let me see. Oops, I didn't post that. Oh, I'll post it now. Apparently it's 14 here. No wonder it's so fucking warm in here. Whew! No, I haven't told him anything. No. He loves the post lady. He gave the post lady his Christmas list last year because he's convinced that she's the one that buys him all these Christmas presents. And even though, like, I've said to him, no, look, I buy it through Amazon or whatever, he was absolutely convinced, and he kept telling the post lady, you know, I want such and such for Christmas. I was like, she doesn't buy them for you, and he just doesn't seem to get it at all. It's hysterical. She adores him. She's like, he's so cute. I'm going to take him to work with me. She showed up on my doorstep one afternoon and she was like, you're a bit technological, aren't you? And I was like, well, not anymore. Oh, I used to be, you know. And she was like, well, I've had this parcel to deliver and I scanned the QR code and it's crashed my scanner and I don't really know what to do. And Daryl loves playing with the scanner, so of course he comes running out. Bearing in mind this was probably about 2 years ago now. So he comes running out and he's sort of fast around with it. And he fixed it. He made it work. It was so funny. So we had a look into it, and it turned out that the company who'd sent this parcel had embedded a JPEG into the QR code, which the Royal Mail scanners aren't equipped to read. So of course she scanned it as she's supposed to, so that she could mark it as, oops, sorry about that, so she could mark it as delivered, and it crashed her machine because it had a JPEG embedded in the QR code, which was really weird because we tried it again. And she said, I don't know what's going on with it. And I scanned it with my phone and it came up with a picture. I can't remember what the picture was. I think it was just their logo or something. It's just like, what an odd thing to do, you know? Yeah, he fixed her scanner. So she thinks he's lovely and brilliant. And he adores her, thinks she brings him things through the post. Well, yes, but he's convinced that she buys it all for him. Oh, dear. Yes, he built a house for Green Goblin from Spider-Man earlier on and decided to show everybody. So, yeah, Sandy got to see it because Sandy was here. And yes, he was very excited about that. He's now left his bucket of Lego right in the middle of the floor. You're lurking. I've gathered as much. Lurk away, dear, lurk away. So I tweeted the Adam's painkillers have kicked in. He's snoring. That's good. I tweeted the guys who made the Mix It Up bot and said to them, you not have a Mac version. And they said no. Apparently, it's really, really hard to create things like that for the Mac. They were really, really nice. Gave me instead of just saying no, tough shit. They sent me this really, really long tweet. So they were like, yeah, maybe someday in the future, but at the moment, no, we don't have one. And I was like, oh, bummer. That's a shame because you come, highly, highly, highly recommended. For some reason, bots and emotes aren't showing up because Elle had that earlier. Try that again, April. Are you getting it everywhere? Oh, at least it's not just me then. Oh. That's my... Don't want to go to sleep. Because the glitch can't... Oh, yeah. I forgot that was on. I had an alert about it earlier. Excuse me, just a sec. Daryl! 8:30. I don't care what your clock says. It's 8:30. To adjust that clock again. You're just looking at some of your stickers. So I'm doing that manually because I don't have a bot. So I thought, oh, fuck it, I'm going to copy and paste it and then just repaste it in every now and then. But yeah, I dropped that. Oh my God, I dropped both of them. Hang on. Yeah, turns out the majority of bots are made for Windows, not for Mac. What?
I'm bringing a sticker down for you.
I don't want. Okay.
And it's a purple.
Okay, April. Go for the stream elements bot. Do you think that'd be a good one?
It's a purple star.
Oh, I got a purple star sticker, you guys.
It's from the house bird.
I will put that in my journal.
Yes, it is very...
A bit later on, I'll stick it there.
Yes.
Hang on, Mummy's just got to write something down.
Mummy?
Stream elements bot. Right, okay. It's I don't know what that means, being cloud-based. What does that mean?
Mummy?
And is it going to, like, shout things at me, like, this will work for you because it has, and then give me 70 billion letters?
Mum?
Yes.
Just don't put in the bin because it has to stay on
I
your
won't put it in the bin. Okay?
Also, then kisses.
Yes, that's from April.
Hi, April. Oh, yucky. I hate
They're
those.
yucky when they come from Mummy.
Not the,
Go on, why are you down here? Go on, sod off.
to give you that.
Yeah, all right, thank you. So, what?
I don't like those lipstick ones.
How does it work then if it's not on my machine? It will still work with Streamlabs and all that lot, will it? And, you know. Do I have to activate it before every stream, or will it activate automatically? This is something else I'm going to have to remember to do. I make it a mod and it should work like magic. Oh, okay. Is that right? Oh. Clever. I will look into that a bit later on. But yeah, the chaps at Mix It Up, they were really, really nice. Hang on, I'll show you what I said. Not currently. Yeah, what I said was is there no Mac version? Not currently. Building a Mac version is a very large undertaking as it involves rebuilding a lot of our code to work on Mac, and we just don't have the developer resources right now to do that. However, we do plan to revisit the idea down the road and see if it's feasible. And I said, oh, that's a shame because, you know, you come highly recommended. But I thought that was really nice that they actually took the time to explain why. Instead of just going, no. They were like, no, this is why, but this is what we want to do. Which I thought was quite good. Night, baby. Night, Elle. Well, hang on a sec. It's got to take a second to go backwards and forwards. Yes, she says good night. They have a Discord too where they are wonderful at responding. Oh, right. Okay, then. I will look them up in a minute then. And see if I can figure it out. Because, you know, I used to consider myself quite clever where computers were concerned. You know, way back in the days of Windows XP. And then I don't know, I just didn't keep on top of it, I suppose. I didn't have need for a computer, so I wasn't doing anything with it. And it's amazing how quickly your knowledge goes out of date. Vic and you did a whole stream where he helped you set things up for Twitch when we moved it. Oh, okay. Oh, well, I might have to get him to do that for me. And it's like, you know, what things do I make it do? What can I make it do? Other than sort of say, you know, I've got a Discord. Whatever. Yeah, I know, but, you know, you want things that are relevant to the channel, don't you? Social links, YouTube links. But you've got all these fab little game things that crop up, like your steel and your your hydrate and all of that lot. How does that work? Hello, Lady Frenzy Wicked Truth. That's an awesome name. Welcome to my channel. How are you? Hydrate is channel points. Is that the thing at the bottom of the chat window? Okay. Your sister must be daft because she hates snow. Well, she obviously has no taste. Come in, pull up a chair, have a drink. Because I think the exercise thing's a brilliant idea, but you know, you guys will probably kill me if I put squats onto it. I was like, yeah, no, I'm not doing squats. You're sipping a Coke. Oh, don't, mate. I'm on day 22 of no Coca-Cola. The little voice you can hear is my my kid upstairs. Need more water and you're happy pill. Go for it. You're having coloured water then? Awesome. Actually, no, I've not been too bad. There's only been a couple of days where I've been really like, oh, I could just kill for an ice cold Coke, you know, out the fridge. And just, oh, yeah. But, yes, I've coped quite well, I think, without it. I haven't killed anybody yet, so 22 days now. It's not the first time I've quit it. But I keep like backsliding and going back on it because it's my favourite fizzy drink. I don't really like lemonade, even though that's what I'm drinking now. And all the other ones that I like have caffeine in, and I'm actually allergic to caffeine, so it makes my skin itch because I have psoriasis. Yeah, I've lost 4 pounds. Stood on the scales this morning, I was like, ooh, that's good. But yeah, the desire never goes away for it, I find. So, but the withdrawal actually wasn't too bad this time. I didn't get like the chronic. Normally I get like really bad migraines because I quit it periodically and then end up like going a bit mad on it. But I didn't end up with a chronic migraine this time. I had a bit of a headache for a few days, but yeah, it's been quite nice. Yay, she's back. You've got about 20 more pounds to go yet. You've lost 80 pounds so far. Awesome, well done. How have you managed that? Has it just been through diet or exercise or... You know, that's fantastic. I bet you feel so different. You feel all light and floaty. That's an amazing amount to lose. Yeah. I'd love to be able to lose so much weight. Starving while working construction. Yeah, that'll do it. Because my problem is I'm at home. You know, I'm at home all the time. I don't know where you are. I'm in the UK, so we're back in lockdown, and I'm at home all the time with my almost 6-year-old because I homeschool, and it's just the kitchen is too close. The kitchen needs to be about 4 miles away so that I at least get some exercise when I need to go to the fridge. And then on top of that, there's a shop like 2 or 3 doors down, because they sell chocolate. So I just, you yeah, the sun is great for me with the psoriasis. But like I said, I live in the UK and it's raining because, you know. Apologies for the background noise. My son's in bed and he's playing. Check his turned his light on. Yeah, he has. So. Where are you then, Frenzy? Are you this side of the big pond or the other side? Fire dishcloth, it's driving you insane, is it? Oh, hang on a sec. Get rid of that. I think I've done that right. The floats are hard, aren't they? It's getting them just the right tension. But I've heard if you work Fair Isle socks, it's best to do them like inside out because it gives the floats that little bit more sort of room, as it were, makes them that just a little bit looser. But I must admit, I'm not a Fair Isle lover. Yeah. I know, like, Guzzy Sue, she knits a lot of Fair Isle, doesn't she? She does, like, Fair Isle hats. Lots of them. Is Jolyn here? Jolyn, are you here, love? You're from Georgia? Nice. Jolyn's not here. That's just surprising. So I think I found the yarn for her hat. I get a nice mix of English and US in here, which is quite cool. Whiskey Gamer, thank you for the follow. Much appreciated. Oh, well, if they think that, then you don't want them in your stream, love. Ain't nothing wrong with a Georgian accent. My son had a school teacher when he was 14 who was actually from Georgia. Nice bloke. One of my older sons, not the noise maker upstairs. Mary okay, April? She said she wasn't feeling too well the other day. She okay? God, my neighbour went right off on one last night. I don't know what the hell he was playing, but he wasn't very happy. He was yelling and screaming up till bloody midnight. I even said to my son, I said, it's getting to the point where I feel like calling the police. I'm saying that I think he's a danger to himself or somebody, do you know what I mean? He was full on screaming and shouting, and I need to come up with a way of alerting him to the fact that I can hear him. She's hanging into the best of her abilities. Well, I hope she's okay. Tell her. You know? Or if she's listening, I hope you're okay, Mary. Love you, babe. Yeah, I need a way to alert him that I can hear him. And you guys know, for those of you that don't know, I swear like a fucking sailor, mate. Do you know what I mean? I've got no issues with swearing whatsoever. But when you hear a guy screaming at the top of his voice about, you know, what the fuck is wrong with you, you effing C-U-N-T, which that I don't use. It's, you know, nearly every night, it's kind of, I'm getting to the, there's something wrong with this dude. And I really, really, you know, I sort of want to say to him, we can hear you next door. Do you maybe want to tone it down a little bit? Because I don't want to go around and confront him because, you know, I mean, I'm bigger than him, but, you know, that's not the point. Pew Pew Zap, yeah, from a tiny hover car, if only. I would love to be able to do something like that. But, I mean, it's you know, ordinarily I live here alone, you see. I've got one of my adult children staying with me at the moment, but ordinarily I'm on my own with my little boy. And I don't want to go round there. And it's like, I don't want to bang on the wall or anything. Because then I'm vulnerable to, you know. This guy sounds like when he's going that it is full on apoplectic fucking rage. Do you know, I might well do that, dork, you know. But sometimes I do feel like bang, bang, bang on the wall, you know. But then I'm like, he might break my fucking door down if I do that. And the scary thing is he's only been living there for about a year, 18 months. And I'm going to have to live next door to this for fucking Christ knows how long, because he just bought the house. You know? It's like last night, it went on for a good couple of hours. Up until about midnight. I remember one night when we lived down the road, and the neighbours next door to, oh for fuck's sake, I keep doing this. The neighbours next door to the big house have got a dog, and quite frankly, it barks. It barks a lot. It's a beagle, you know. It's not getting enough exercise. The poor thing's bored out of its brains. They shut it out in the garden for several hours at a time, and it barks. And one night, one of my tenants had a bit too much to drink, and he went storming down the stairs and half climbed the fence. And he's like, "You shut that fucking dog up! Fucking every night, fucking 8:30. He's keep raving on about over the fence. My neighbours who weren't even there, they must have heard him, do you know what I mean? Because we didn't have that problem again afterwards. But so I was sitting in my flat, which was the next door down. I was like, oh my God, you know, he's full on raging. I was like, well, that's at least one thing he's done right, that tenant. But yeah, it was every night this was. And it's the same with him, every night. 10, you know, anything from now really, it'll kick off. The neighbours used to have really loud parties until the early hours. Used to get up at 5 a.m. Put AC/DC if you want blood on full volume. Cut the times that they got. See, now the people that lived there before, it was a young woman who bought the house next door. She was a pillion passenger on her father's motorcycle when she was, you know, sort of preteen, about 12, 13 years old. And they were involved in an accident that it was ruled was not his fault. He was killed and she was injured. And when she hit 18, she got quite a large payout. Gonna love me and leave me, bitch. Pizza and onion rings coming. Well, that's a double bitch then. Okay, enjoy your pizza. Yeah, she got quite a large payout, enough to buy the house in cash. It's a 5-bedroom house, right? And she bought the house, and I thought it was a bit odd at the time because it was just her and her sister. You know, and then we realised that pretty soon there was at least one boyfriend living there, and they moved in. It was sort of round about the beginning of December. You know, sort of. I'm going back to December 2016, I think it was. So I had a young child, you know, and all of that lot, and they moved in, and there was a loud party, and we didn't think anything of it because we thought, you know, we've just moved in, Christmas is coming, and all of that lot. So we left it for a bit. We'd already said hi to them, and we left it. And then it just seemed like it was party after party after party after party, and it was still going on. And then one night they were having a party, and I don't know what the fuck they were doing, but this girl who had bought the house, she was screaming. Like full on screaming, and at one point I could hear her shouting, "Don't touch me." So I phoned the police and said there was a domestic going on. They went round. It took them 10 minutes to gain entry because the music was so fucking loud. This was at 2 o'clock in the morning. Do you know what I mean? The music was so loud they didn't hear the police hammering on the door. So eventually, like, the police goes trotting in there, and then about 10 minutes later they came trotting out again. Off they went, and the noise continued. So I phoned them back again an hour later. I said, "The fuck?" And they were like, "Nothing we could do. Private residence, private party. You know, all you can do is complain to the council about a noise disturbance to environmental health." You're having a laugh, right? I said, "I've got a small child here and none of us have been able to sleep because of this racket. No, nothing we can do, blah, 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 blah." I was absolutely livid. This went on. 5 o'clock in the morning, I went storming round there. It's like, right, I've had enough of this. And I went round there, my partner and my one of my older sons in tow. And bang, 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 bang on the door, ringing the doorbell, bang, 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 ring, 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 bang, bang, until they answered the door. And the boyfriend opened it, or one of the boyfriends opened it. And he was very obviously off his face. Yeah. I mean, piss holes in the snow, and his eyes were at here. And he was like, open the door. And he was like, "Yeah." "What the fuck are you doing?" I full on laid in, you know, "What the fuck is going on? You know, it's 5:30 in the fucking morning." "Oh yeah, no, we're just quiet, just turning it all off now." I was like, "Well, you're not though. I can hear it." I said, "The police came to see you 3 hours ago." "Oh, that was about something else." I said, "No, it wasn't." I said, "They came because I fucking called them." And I really laid into him, and he was all like, no, that was about something else, that was." And I was like, "No, it wasn't, because I'm the one that fucking called them." I said, 5:30 in the morning. I said, "She's been screaming for the past 5 hours. I've got a little child next door who can't sleep because of the amount of..." I said, And she's still fucking screaming because she was standing at the end of the hallway screaming. Do you know what I mean? She's obviously like off her head. At which point she shut up. And I was like, if you don't fucking turn it all off, I'm coming in here with a baseball bat. And I turned around and stormed off, right? Of course, about a week later, this is obviously going to become a thing. He got up one night, 3 o'clock in the morning, went downstairs, turned the TV on full blast. And the TV is attached to the wall on the chimney breast. So, of course, it echoes all around the house. Woke us all up. We were, out cold. 3:30 in the morning this was. And he puts a music channel on or something on the TV. I was like, oh my God, and I went round, hammered on the door. Nope, he wasn't having none of it. Phoned the police, they didn't want to know and all of that lot. I got environmental health involved in the end and complained to them. And then after sort of about 6 months or so, both him and the older sister disappeared. So I don't know whether, the girl's name was Grace. I don't know whether she had a massive row with her sister because I don't know whether she kicked them out or what, but literally this other sister disappeared and so did the boyfriend. And it got a lot quieter, I must admit, for a bit. And then the noise started to creep up. And one day she comes round, she knocks on my door. My cat's gone missing. I said, has it? And she said, yeah. She said, we can't find it. It's only young, blah, 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 blah. And I said, well, I'm not being funny, Grace. I said, it's probably the amount of noise you make. And she sort of looked at me. And I said, well, you know damn well I called the police a couple of times when you first moved in. I said, because of the racket. And she sort of rabbit in the headlights. Oh my God, I think she was slightly damaged as a result of this accident. And I said, you make a lot of noise. I said, I've got a small child and we don't make as much noise as you do. And you make noise well into the night. And she was like, I'm really sorry. She said, I didn't realise it was that loud. And I said, yeah. And I said, come here, right? And I pulled her into this room because their lounge is joined through that wall. And I said, your TV's on, can you hear it? And she was like, oh my God. I said, yeah, that's what it's like living next door to you. And she was like, I'm so sorry. I'm really sorry. If it ever gets loud like that again, just come bang on the door. So I was like, okay, fine. Hope you find your cat. Off she goes. About a week later. What? Go to sleep. About a week later, they're all out in the garden. It's the middle of summer. And they've had a barbecue. And they've got this ginormous inflatable pool sort of thing. It's about 8-9 foot across and about 4 foot high. And they've been jumping into it. And there's been lots of noise. And it's been, it's just fine. Early evening. I didn't say nothing about it. Got to about 10:30 and I was a bit like... And I went out, I was like, Grace, didn't even my other half's going, please be nice, please be nice, please be nice. I was like, oi, I can do nice. So I just went, opened the back door, I went, Grace, she went, yes. I said, 10:30. And she went, oh right, okay. Within 5 minutes, they turned everything off and they'd all of them had gone indoors again. They had a couple of mates around, so there was about 6 of them. Yeah, all the lights went on and she went indoors. I was like, this is awesome. I've got her trained. Brilliant. 3 months later, she put the house up for sale. So I saw her and I was like, do you mind me asking why you're selling the house? I said, is it because you and I had a few... She said, oh no, she said, it's nothing to do with that. She said, basically, I bought the house because I thought I was going to be living here with my sister and all that lot. And she said, my sister, as you know, has moved out. She didn't tell me why. My sister's moved out and she said, the house is too big for me. I said, well, I did think it was a bit weird that you were living there, just you and your boyfriend, in a 4-bedroom house. Right, because it's exactly the same as this. Except they've had this room and the next room knocked through to one. So it's one big long room. They didn't do that. It was done back in the 80s. And they've had a attic conversion. So there's, instead of 3 bedrooms, there's actually 4 bedrooms upstairs. Yes, she did. She had no business living on her own. She needed somebody to look after her. Her boyfriend looked to be about fucking 12. I mean, he wasn't. He was obviously an adult. But he got carded on everything. Do you know what I mean? Every time he tried to buy something, he got carded for it. And I was just like... why is she not living near her mum? Where's the sister gone? Why is nobody looking after this girl? So she was like, no, she said, we've been looking at a house somewhere else. So I was like, all right. And I said, this isn't because of me, is it? She said, no, she said, not at all. She said, she said, I'm really, really sorry that, you had to put up with that. And she said, the house is just too big. So I was like, oh, okay. And then weirdly, she sold it and this guy bought it. And he initially told me when he moved in that his aunt and uncle were going to share the house with him. And I was like, oh, okay. Again, you know, aunt and uncle, I assume, share a room. And then you've got this chap. No wife, no girlfriend, no friends. Nobody ever goes round there. You know? I've only seen the aunt and uncle 2-3 times in the past 18 months. He works an office job. But yeah, literally, I don't see anybody that don't spend time out in the garden in the summer. You know, I've seen him watering the plants out the front twice, I think, this summer. And it's just weird. You know, why would you buy a house that big if you don't have a family or you're not planning on having a family? Okay, Sandy, see you later. I mean, it could well be that the aunt and uncle are there because of these massive rages he has. I don't know. But I have on maybe a couple of occasions heard someone shouting back at him. Yeah, no, I don't believe they are, because he doesn't always close the curtains. And sometimes when I go to shop, you can see inside. And you can see throughout the whole thing. And he's got, like, this half of it is his lounge. He's, again, got his TV on the wall, and he's got a sofa opposite. So his TV would be there, and the sofa would be over there where my Calix unit is. And then he's got, like, a dining room table set up in what is my lounge sort of thing. But they don't spend any time out in the garden. You know, it's strange. It's really, really strange. Even during lockdown, when I don't believe he was going to work, because I quite often saw a computer set up on the dining room table, never saw anybody out in the garden. And okay, he might be working, but what about aunt and uncle? Just, it all seems a tad strange. But yeah, I mean, I've come to the conclusion he's a gamer. Because one night I walked past and he had FIFA up on the TV. And I was like, that explains a lot. Because my second son gets a bit like that. He has sacrificed many a controller. I think he's shouting at himself. That's the weird thing. I think what it is that he's playing these games and he's getting angry and stressed out like a teenager. And then screaming at the TV, you know, what the fuck is wrong with you fucking idiot, and all of this lot. Your ex and you had a 3-bed house that's converted into a 4-bed. We had a room each and then spread. Yeah, that's fair enough. You'd planned for visitors. And, you know, I would assume you wanted, like, a craft room and all that lot. This isn't a small 4-bed house either. It's massive. It just everything about them just seems weird. I mean, I live in a 3-bedroom house, but the plan was that I was going to have more children. As you guys know, you know, that didn't happen. And now I'm sort of classed as too old. My older son isn't going to be here for too much longer, hopefully. And then it'll be back to just being me and Daryl. Now, I could move out and my daughter could rent this, because as you guys know, she's got a baby coming. But my mum is getting to the point where eventually she's going to need care. And I'm not going to put her in a home, because I've worked in care homes and there's no way I'm doing that to her. So she'll come live with me. So I need that spare room that's upstairs, because eventually she will have it. But I have sort of been thinking, when my mum passes away, I'm then going to be left with this house and the big house down the road. Now, Callie's obviously going to be moving out. And Alex has also said he wants to get his own place. Which basically only leaves my eldest Kyle and my second son Matthew. Now, Kyle is high functioning autistic. So while he doesn't need to be looked after, he does need to be watched and reminded to do things like change your bed, hoover your floor, do this, do that, you know. He doesn't need to be reminded to go and have a shower or stuff like that, but he does need to be reminded about things like that. So I'm sort of thinking, like, the idea was that the big house, I was going to let it to tenants and it would be an income for me. But to be quite honest, it's, even with just family living there, it's proven to be a bit of a pain in the arse. Because you've got to get a licence. If you have more than so many tenants, you've got to get a business licence. And then you've got to jump through all these fucking hoops to keep the licence going and all that lot. I've just revoked mine because I did have more than it required. That meant I had to have a licence before it all became family that were living in there. And now I've only got family living in there, so I've revoked the licence. But I'm sort of thinking, you know, I might sell the big house when my mum's gone, because my mum lives in the big house as well. And I might buy a bungalow. And then what I could do is let this to Callie and Rob. It's ideal. There's parking at the back. There's a school 2 seconds up the road. You know, there's a shop just over there. It would be ideal. And then I could maybe get a little bungalow for me, Daryl and Kyle. Matthew would have to get his own place. And then Kyle could come live with me. And Daryl would have a bungalow to grow up in. I don't know. It's something I thought about the other day. Trouble is, I would need to do quite a bit of work on the big house before I sell it. It needs a bit of work doing. So, I don't know. Slurp, 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 slurp. I don't know. These are all ideas that I have. Bum, ba-dum, bum, bum. Oh, I've got loads to do. Have you ever noticed that doing the feet seems to take so much longer than doing the legs on socks? Colouring in dragon scales bloody hurts. Why, is the dragon not happy that you're doing so? You've never made socks. I love making socks because they're a nice small project and the satisfaction comes around a lot quicker than it does making other things. L, good. Did you hear what I said about mix it up, Vic? Were you actually listening or? Oh, that's a tad strong. Ooh. I can't use Mix It Up because I've got a Mac. And I tweeted the Mix It Up guys and they said they've got no plans to do it at the moment because they would have to totally rewrite it and they don't have enough developers or something or other. But Elle recommends Stream Elements because it seems like the majority of the bots are made for Windows machines. Who'd have thunk it? Scorp bot. Well, I'm going to at some point have a look, but it's going to use all language and shit at me that I don't know, so, you know, be prepared for me to go, heck, help, because I don't understand any of that. I might make a hat after these socks. Yeah, unfortunately I can't ask my son about all that, because although he used to stream, he wasn't bothered about like all the frills and spills. He just wanted to go on and play and game. So while he's got, like, you know, his little teacup icon, which I can't even show you because the fucking thingy's not working, is it? I can't show you because I'm not subscribed to him anymore anyway. And he had like a personalised screen that somebody had drawn for him. He didn't bother with bots and all that lot. It's very quiet. What y'all doing? Knitting socks. Are they still the stripy socks, or have you finished those? I think we all need to download a voice to chat program so that we don't all have to stop what we're doing when we're in other people's streams to type, you know. There is Discord for that. Yes, I know. But I literally only created my Discord. I only created my Discord channel 2 days ago. So yeah. I think 2 people have commented on it, other than myself. We didn't get around to doing a stream together. Elle. Oh, definitely. Evening pug. I'm gonna go refill my drink while that's all going on, because that's just terrifying. RB. That's okay. I have no balls for Pug to seal. Oh no. You've done it now, look. Go on then, Vic. Hit me with your worst dad joke. Go on. You got 10 minutes, Vic. And then I'm going to mute you, Ash. A wee boy as well, don't you, Vig? And Miss G as well. Go on then. Bad jokes allowed for the next 10 minutes. Go on. Anything for the giggles. How old is he? You're busy drawing. Come on, you threw that gauntlet down. 21-year-old gal, Miss G's 17 and Minnie Vic is 10. Oh, okay. Awesome. You're a bit like me then with all the gaps. Although there are very few people I know that have got an 18-year gap like me. You've been getting into trading socks recently. You know, the one on Wall Street. I gathered as much because you keep saying that he is, so... Hang on a sec, he's 10 and you've never given him turkey dinosaurs? You are slacking there, Mama. Daryl had turkey dinosaurs for dinner. Daryl would live on turkey dinosaurs given half a chance. This is why you were so upset. He had them tonight. Did he like them? So deprived. What did he think? Did he like that Daryl loves them? He prefers the turkey drummers, I think, because they're not as dry as the dinosaurs. He didn't say. Oh, well, there you go. Oh, excuse me. Don't know where that came from. Tickle its nuts. Oh, like a nut. Oh, well. It had to be something to do with its nuts, really, didn't it? Oh, excuse me. I shouldn't be tired. I didn't get up till late. Oh, you didn't say. Are those the stripy socks you're working on? Or have you finished those? I really like that yarn. I'll have to see if I can get some. Yeah. How much more socks to go? Loads! I'm about halfway down the foot. It's insane, isn't it? Because you knit like all of that to do your leg, and that seems to go really fast. And then you turn your heel and you start working on the foot, and you're like, well, God, I must be nearly there. That's all freaking heel. That's where I've got to go to. Make sure I'm not going to drop any fucking stitches because I keep doing that today. Oh, no, I dropped my sock thing instead. Hang on. Another over an inch. The foot takes so much longer. Knit faster. My elbow hurts from knitting so much at the moment. The foot takes so much longer than the leg, even though it tends to be about the same length. You know? Oh, start yawning now, that's it. You've got 5 more rounds of cuff and then cast off time. Yay! Oh, you're going toe up, are you? I need to post a queue of what I want to knit next somewhere, because then you guys can hold me accountable. I want to finish these. I want to knit a hat for Jolene because I said that I would, and then I want to finish a blanket I was working on. It's a cable blanket, it's lovely. I want to finish that, and then I want to knit another myrtle in that yarn. I don't have a bot, I'm afraid, but there you go. I do have it on paste. Thank you for the follow, Frenzy. I appreciate it. Sorry, my daughter's just messaging me. Oh, for heaven's sake. So my where my daughter currently lives, my daughter lives in what I call the big house down the road, and that's the house that basically she grew up in, and I rent rooms out of it, and she is actually one of my tenants. My sister lives next door, and apparently my sister's having a massive row with my niece. Yes, my sister's having a massive row with her daughter, who's an adult, and my daughter's filling me in on all the goss. They just love a bit of drama. Sandwich! Sandwich! Oh, meat sandwich won't interest Al. Sandwich! Oh, yeah. Oh, the sandwich! Nom nom nom. You can keep the sandwich. I'm hungry. I want sandwiches now. are you working on, Pug? I'm going to go look. Where is it? Ooh. Huge TV. Very nice. I do like the floor. Ooh. Very nice. I got the munchies now. Oh, dark chocolate. I don't have that very often. I used to love dark chocolate when I was a kid. Always, always, always had dark chocolate. Over any other kind, you know, but not so much now. I need ideas for a gender reveal party. Because my daughter's going in for her 20-week scan in the 3rd of December. And I'm going to be the only one that's going to know the gender of the baby. Because I'm arranging the gender reveal party. And I need ideas of what to do. I don't want to do like, you know, the pop a balloon and then sweep up all the confetti. I don't want to do that. And I don't want to do a smoke cannon or anything like that. But I really don't know what I can do. Has anybody got any ingenious ideas that isn't going to be stupidly expensive or stupidly messy? Because, you know, December will probably be inside anyway. Oh, have you seen the photos that Helen's husband's posted about the house being empty? It looks so weird. Because they go on Wednesday, don't they? Yeah, Ian posted a photo of like the lounge through to the dining room yesterday, I think it was. And it's just everything's gone. And I'm like, oh my god. Because the movers have like gone already. I know. You'll share your chocolate, will you? Is that because you normally steal my yarn balls? Yeah, it would have been lovely if we could have seen them before they left, but it's just one of them things, isn't it? Yeah, look. Look at it. It's all empty. I was like, wow, that looks so weird. Yeah. So weird. I was like, I bet it echoes in there now. And like Ian was totally freaking out because he was going, the movers aren't packing all my, because you know what he's like about his music. They're not packing all my CDs in alphabetical order. I've had to leave the room. And I posted, yeah, but look at it this way. You'll have so much fun putting it all back in the right order once you've moved and got your own place. And he was like, yeah, you know what? I hadn't thought of that. Yeah, it's a very old style clock. I don't know whether they're taking it with them because they're emigrating. Ian's been offered a job in New Zealand, and he and his wife are moving out there. And the movers are already gone with all their stuff. They leave on Wednesday, and then when they arrive out there, they've got to isolate for 2 weeks. And then I believe they're going into an Airbnb while they search for somewhere to live. I can't imagine, like, I mean, just moving from the island to the mainland was hard. I can't imagine what it'd be like moving halfway around the world. I remember moving when we moved back to England when I was a kid, because my dad was in the army. So I grew up in Germany, and I remember like moving back when I was a kid. But they took care of all that for you. You didn't have to bother. They just turned up with these massive, great shipping crates, packed all your shit in, and took it all to your new address for you, which was quite handy. But I don't know how Helen's not freaking out about like her wheel and all of that lot. I'm like, oh my god, I would be so panicking about my spinning wheel and breakable stuff going thousands of miles. Oops. When you moved, the removal men went to put your PC on the van. You refused to let movers touch your PC. So it's like, please don't touch anything in this room. You'll be putting that in your car. Yeah, I live on the Isle of Wight, and I moved to the mainland about 8 years ago. Lived on the mainland for 18 months, and most of it came over. We got a friend with a transit van, and it took us like 4 trips to get everything over. But then there were certain things like my spinning wheel and that went over in the last trip in my car. And there were certain things I wouldn't let them touch. I was like, you're not stuffing that all into a van. So it'll go in my car, right, and keep an eye on it. But they don't have that luxury because they're flying, you know. So I'm like, I hope you've packed enough to keep you occupied for the next 2 weeks. Although I suppose they could ship stuff to themselves at the hotel that they're staying in or whatever. I think they're in a hotel for 2 weeks and then going to Airbnb once they've finished isolating. But it's just like, you know, I said to her, you know, I hope you've packed some knitting. And she went, well, I've packed a cup, you know, a spindle and a load of fibre. I suspect Ian's probably packed a few books. She said, then we've got our phones and all that lot, so at least we can talk to people. I just can't imagine the mechanics of moving an entire household. Because I said, you know, are you selling loads of stuff and then like buy them when you get out there? She said, no, we're shipping it all. So that's a huge job. Also, I can't imagine how much that must have cost. What time is it? Oh, it's nearly 10 o'clock. Have you finished yet, Doc? Have you cast it off? Oh. Is that Soros? Saros? I didn't see what that said. Anyway, thank you for the follow. You're just about to start now. Cool. We want photos when you've done it. Are we all casting on Silent Night yarn for Dorkmas then? Pardon me. So that lemonade. More yarn. Oh man, I missed that one totally. But the only yarn I've purchased that I don't actually have in my possession is that Easy Knits yarn from the other day. 12 balls, oh my god. Did you see that cotton yarn? I know I showed Elle. I don't know if you were watching the other day when I showed it to her. All blues and greens. That I think I'm going to use to make like a non-patterned myrtle, because I like the shape of a myrtle cardigan, but the yarn's a bit too busy, so I won't use the pattern. It's really, really nice colour. Alpaca merino sock blend and a silk merino. Oh, sounds really nice. Yeah, I'm definitely thinking I'm going for the myrtle. I think that'd be really, really nice. I just need to find some fab buttons. So what are those 12 balls of yarn destined to be then? Are they all going to be socks, or are you going to do something else with them, being as you bought like 12? All different colourways. They sell the packs. Oh, do they? Oh. I don't know whether I want a link to that or not. Yeah, go on, chuck in a link if you can find one. Let's have a look-see. I'm opening a window. likes that colourway. 42 quid though, that's expensive. Not for 6 balls though, I suppose. Alpaca. Oh, Super Sock. I've heard of those. 600 grams. Ooh, nice. But if you look at the seller at the top, they sell all the full collections of April as well. Oh, nice. I think I've probably got enough sock stash to knit for the next 3 years. You know, like you do. Yeah. Yeah, I quite liked those actually. Those are quite nice. I like the silk ones, just a little stripe. But I like the other one as well. Oh, excuse me. I think what I'm going to do is tomorrow go through my my sorted out stash that's down here, because I've only I sorted out all the yarn and fibre that's down here and actually packed most of it away to go upstairs. And I think what I might do is sort through what's down here and separate my sock yarn from the rest of it, so that I could just dig into that as and when I want. I'm going to join in your Sockmas because I want a pattern holder, because I loaned mine and it never came back, which I was a bit cross about really. I could do with another one. I wasn't too worried because I used to use Knit Companion on my iPad all the time, but when I got a large phone I stopped using my iPad, a little iPad mini. So might as well just bloody well print them and use a pattern holder. I was sort of thinking about buying one last night, and then I was like, hang on, I'm pretty sure Dork's giving away a pattern holder in a comp. So I looked earlier, and you are, which is awesome. We were giving away 2 actually. So fingers crossed. I think I'm going to do Silent Night Plain. And then I want something a little bit lacy for Fairy Lights. surprise yarn shipped yesterday, so that should arrive soon. Ooh, good, good. Yeah, I think Silent Night I'm just going to do as a stocking stitch sock. But the fairy lights, I want to do something a little bit lacy for that. Because fairy lights sound like it should be delicate. I don't know what. Then I've got to knit up that flash sock blank you sent me. Right, you super bunch of knitters. Pug goes off to bed. Night night, Pug. Sleep well, sweetie. I also want to make Jolyn a what's the pattern called? Hang on, I've got a notebook here somewhere. There it is. Jolyn asked if I would make her a hat, and I said yes, because Jolyn sends me lots of pens and things. So I thought I would make her a winter Yule hat. I've made several. That's the reversible, it's a double knitting style hat. You know, reversible. And it's got the owl on it and some snowflakes and all that lot. And when I was tidying the other day, I found a lovely skein of DK Sparkle from Easy Knits, funny enough. And I thought I could use that for one of the colours. I just need a colour to go with it. Yeah, I really hate having big feet. I have to knit so much foot on my socks. it be possible to put, because I don't know about these things, so I'm asking, like progress bars somewhere on this, probably here out the way of what I'm doing, that I can then, this sock, it's called Stranded, I think. It's pretty, isn't it? Hang on a second, I'll put it up for you. Oh, actually, there's a... It's a really easy pattern, actually. Dorkalicious Crafter sent it to me. I still haven't gone and looked at those needles. There you go. That's the link to them. Excuse me. It's a free pattern, so, but it's very, very easy. Yeah, would it be possible to do something like yeah, I quite think it's like scales, like progress bars on screen of what I'm doing. For my knitting and spinning projects. Does anybody know? Don't mention scales. Vic, come back. Don't go away colouring again. I want to put on my screen a list of what I'm working on, right? Like knitting or spinning projects, maybe down here. So I'd have like the title, and then underneath a progress bar that I can like fill up at the end of the stream on each whatever project it was that I was working on. Is that possible to do? I used to have one on my blog, you know, but I copied all the code for that and just stuck it into my blog, and then I learned how to play with that, but I wouldn't have the first idea how to do that on here. I'm sure I've seen somebody on Twitch that has something like that, like progress bars. Off the top of your head, no idea. Yeah, but ones that I can adjust rather than that adjust automatically when somebody does bits or whatever. I wouldn't even know what to fucking look for. Might be something in stream labels by Slobs. Pardon me. Never played with it though. Could you go play with it? And teach me how to use it? You know, when you've got a spare 5 minutes, Vic. Yeah. I'm gonna. No point ever asking me these kinds of questions. I'm just about to have a. Well, I remember years ago when I had a blog and I researched how to do that, and I had progress bars on my blog, and I researched how to do it all properly, and I really, really enjoyed, sort of figuring it out. Somebody else wrote the code, and then he sort of put the code out there on the internet for people who wanted them, and I actually learnt quite a lot about HTML code after spending sort of 2 days mucking around with it. Stream Elements has them. Oh, do they? I will have a look. Yeah, I mean, I learnt how to manipulate HTML just from this one thing. And it was great because I learnt how to adjust the entire look of my blog by doing that. But I haven't kept up with my blog in flipping years. Oh, sorry. Wobbly wobbly. I hit it with my needles. I'm just going to BRB because I need to visit the little girl's room. I'm back. Oh, sorry about that. Till that vodka. I mean, I'm assuming it would be another sauce, like my little spider, yeah, that I had for Halloween. So I'm assuming it would be a sauce like that you would incorporate it in with. But how to change the progress bars is the thing. Yeah, no. Yeah, excuse me. Yay! We have a finished object. Oh dear. That was falling asleep. I dread to think how many toys I'll find on his bed when I got there later. Along with the cat, she'll be asleep on his bed. Gosh, I am so tired. I should not be tired. I slept late this morning. It's a good thing you didn't stream this morning, Elle. I didn't get up till gone 10. It was lovely. I woke up, I was like, it's late. You know when you wake up and you're just like, you know it's late. You've overslept or whatever. Yeah. And I woke up and I thought, it's late. I know it's late. I wonder what the time is. So I sort of glanced at it, 10 past 10. It's 10 past freaking 10. Oh my God. Daryl was still asleep. Because he had leg pain in the night. So we were awake for a bit during the night. Let's put my watch back on. So, yeah. We were awake for a wee bit during the night. But he doesn't normally sleep in quite that late. Dude, it's 10 past 10. And he was like, I slept good. I was like, no, you little sod, you had me awake in the middle of the night. Yeah, it was nice, wasn't it? Especially when I woke up and saw what the weather was like. I was like, I think I'll stay in bed. How long till Adam's able to eat more normally rather than just sort of baby food? My dad was stubborn. When he had a load of his teeth taken out, he came home and was like, go get me Chinese. Are you kidding? You just had a shitload of teeth removed. Chinese. Okay. And he bloody ate it as well. Stubborn old git. No doubt I'll be woken up early in the morning then, because he'll remember that you're on. I think if I phone Apple and cry at them, they'll send my phone any faster. Instead of making me wait till the end of the month. Good evening, STV. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Ah, it's not evening for you, is it? Is it mid-morning for you? I believe. Oh, I heard Discord go blink. Excuse me. Thank you. They're a lot shorter than they usually are. You're supposed to just axe. Let's have a look. So I heard it go off. In where? You have so many hashtags, I don't know where to look. Is it in 52 pairs? Oh yeah. Ooh, I like that colourway. That's a nice. You want to see longer nails? Okay, I'll see if I can find you a photo. Oh, I've got a message request. Oh. I'll check that in a minute. There you go. How's them grab you? Oh, cool. Thank you, Doc. That's what I usually sport. But I had them taken down because those are acrylic overlays and my nails had grown long enough. And I said to her, oh, let's take them down and just make them the length of my nails. And and then I was sitting there thinking, shit, you know what? These are really, really thin. These are really, really small. I normally have points as well. But it was too late by that point. So yeah, that was when they were blue. We found a bullet, so but it seemed to be a good thing that we did because, like Elle, I'm back in lockdown, so I can't get. I was supposed to have a nail appointment today. Actually, it's not too bad for 3 weeks worth. Yeah, there you go. That's what they normally look like. So my next appointment is not going to be until I don't know when my next appointment is. Hang on. I don't have a secretary like Elle does. My next appointment is going to be on the 9th of December. It's like having 10 weapons on my hands. I know. I love them pointy. Let's see, I need a... Yes, I'm still here. Are you feeling alright? Yes, it's been very quiet, but are you feeling alright? You got bad head? What yarn was that, Dork? That's really nice yarn. Thank you. I'm really enjoying them actually. Although the feet seem to be taking forever to do. I've really enjoyed knitting these, but I will be glad to do something a bit different. I definitely think I might finish that blanket off that I was doing. And knit Jolene a hat. Knitting colour. Oh right, okay. The blue's rubbed off. Did you tell her? Just as an FYI. I remember when she came up with that colourway. Looking to make a hat for your husband. Cool. Jolene asked me if I would make her one. And I'm going to make a reversible one for her. Some sparkly yarn. Hello, Blue Moon 357. How are you? Shit, I keep doing that, guys. Sorry. Hit the camera. Astute Stash, you have a lot of her yarn in your stash. I used to have a lot of her yarn. I don't anymore. What am I making? I'm making socks. There you go. Thank you. Coming along. Nearly there. I have to get finished and move on to the next project. How are you this evening? Pretty good, pretty good. Yeah. It's quiet at the moment, which is nice. Only because my son finally fell asleep about an hour ago, that's very nice. It's been a nice day. Hey, Willie the Sloth, how are you? Join the silence when I can. Absolutely, man. Absolutely. I don't know what it is about rainy weather that makes small boys that much louder. I think it's because you can't chuck them outside, you know. You can't say to them, right, sod off into the garden, you know. Well, you can, but I don't do all that wet mud play shit. I can't be doing with it. So he's been bouncing off the bloody walls today. Doing my nutting. You've been lurking a bit. That's all right. Have a good lurk. He likes a good lurk. He also likes a good stretch, which I need to do. Oh, I'm my own worst enemy because I lean forward and then I start to slouch like that and put the curve in my back. Well, I've got a blanket which I started making this time last year and I never finished. And that's all cables and a beautiful dark purple, which it's sitting over there and I keep looking at it thinking, do you know what, I could finish that. And then I want to make a reversible hat for one of my ladies that follows me. She sends me lots of stationery from America, which is lovely, stuff that I can't get here. And she asked if I would be so kind to make her a hat, which I would love to do. So I want to do that. And then I've got a sock along planned with Dorkalicious Fibre Arts and Miss L Knits for Christmas. So I shall need to cast on a pair of socks on 1st of December. I also got a spinning thing on the go. But yeah, it's all go. Yeah, it will be. Yeah, I knit. One year I knit all my boys a Batman hat, a reversible Batman hat, and that was freaking awesome. They look really good. They're black on one side with a yellow Batman symbol, and then yellow on the other side with a black Batman symbol. Really cool. Really enjoyed making those. Yeah, I've always got a huge great queue, and then I go and change it and think, oh fuck it, I'll go and make another pair of socks. But ideas I think more than anything. So I had a good sort out a week or so ago and discovered loads of yarn that I forgot I'd had. I found the chart on Ravelry and then I used the instructions from a reversible hat I'd done before just for the sizing. So I kind of cobbled it all together, really. But I need to write it up. Do you know what I mean? Because I kind of cobbled it all together. It looks really good though. Wonder if I can find a picture. Hang on. Posts from you. So my pictures aren't loading because oh, there we go. This is my eldest and my youngest in their reversible Batman hats. Hang on, let me adjust the focus for you. Just chuck that down there and go like that. And go. There you go, my eldest and my youngest in their reversible Batman hats. They are adorable, yeah. Your socks on hold, you're knitting them on 1.5mm needles. That is small, mate. That is very, very, very small. I typically knit socks on 2.25mm. 1.5 is super, super tiny. Do you know what? I actually thinking about it, I could have just run out there. The hat's out there, but... Ugh. Yeah, I mean, most people do socks on like 2.25 to 2.75. You can't find your 2.5s. For God's sake, woman, order a new set before you go mad. Yeah, definitely. I must admit, I've probably got more sock needles than I realise I do. And by that I mean, like, because I like to work on 2.25 80cm circular needles. And I think I must have about 5 sets. Because I always make sure I've got spare sets. Yes, I do. The only time I don't do 2 at a time is I'd made a pair of socks years ago. And the only reason I didn't do 2 at a time was because there was a cable that crossed here. And obviously you can't do that when you're doing 2 at a time because you have to move stitches about. But yeah, I do 2 at a time on Magic Loop. I get second sock syndrome if I don't, and I wouldn't knit the second sock if I had to knit them individually. The way I got around it when I knit that particular pair of socks was I had one circular needle with one sock and one circular needle with the other sock, and I would knit around on the left sock and around on the right sock, around on the left sock and around on the right sock, because otherwise I would not have finished them. And I was really, really pleased that I did finish them because they're actually really comfy socks. No, it's not hard. It's actually very, very easy. I'll show you in a sec. Hang on, let me get to the end of this bit. I work from a centre pull ball, and all I do is I wind the yarn into a centre pull ball, and then I have one sock coming from the inside of the ball. So this is one sock coming from here, and then one sock coming from the outside of the ball. Yeah. It's very, very easy. I cast on separate needles just to make life a little bit easier. I cast on one circular, join it in the round, and then knit 3 rounds. Then I get another set of circulars and I cast on the other sock. I join that and I knit 3 rounds on that. Then I move over to knitting 2 at a time. Well, I do when I work top down, which I normally do. If I'm doing toe up, that's easy to cast those onto one needle. But I'll show you the fundamentals in a sec. Let me just get to the end of here. I keep meaning to do videos about working 2 at a time because I do get asked about that a lot. Okay, so And all you've got to do is just be careful when you turn it around to make sure you don't tangle your yarns up. Right, so I'm now working on the sole of the foot. Or, hello, Rabbit Ragdoll, how are you? Yeah, I'm now working on the sole of the foot, or what was the back of the leg. Okay, I've done my heels. I've got a whole video of that over on my YouTube channel. Same name. Okay, just search for Pretty Tap Her on YouTube. Now, before you start around, both of your pins should be pointing to your right hand. Okay, and you're done doodling. Yay! I'm good, thanks. I'm good. Yeah. So, to work across it, you push your two socks ready to knit. Okay. Your yarn will be coming from that stitch on the cable because you've just worked these. And then you pull that cable out. You want to leave a loop here, and you'll have a loop here. This is why it's called magic loop. Can you see? So my needle goes, that's the point of one needle. This is the needle that I'm knitting from. Goes down there, loops around. The front of the sock is on the cable, which then comes around here and goes to the pin that I'm going to knit on to. Yeah? And all you've got to worry about is this bit, which is the work that's facing you. The work that's at the back, you don't even have to think about that because that's, you know, you're not on that bit yet. It's the same as if you're working on like double pointed needles, DPNs. You really don't have to work about it. Hints that I have found is when you are working on it, is to cross the cables like so. You don't need to do it on later, on like towards the end, but when you're like on the cuffs and that, if you cross your cable like that, it stops it pulling and you won't get a ladder. So you start it, knit your first stitch, pull it nice and tight to take up that slack, and again you won't get a ladder. But you also need to do that on your next stitch. Just pull your first couple of stitches nice and tight, because when you're knitting from them, they're going to be sat back here on this cable. It won't matter that they're tight. By the time they come around to coming onto your needles again, all the stitches will have moved a bit to make them loose again to go onto your needle pins, so it's not an issue. And then you literally, all you are worried about is this stitch that you're going to be knitting next going onto this needle that you've just done, and that's it. It is really, really easy. Must make a video though, because I do have that. Quite a lot of people have asked me, oh, I don't get how you do DPNs. Or double point, circular needles. Jeez, I'll get it right in a minute. Yeah, when your yarn ball, thank you. When your yarn ball is new as well, Ragdoll, you can the centre pull bit, mine isn't so good now because I'm getting towards the end. If you place it that way so that your centre pull is coming from the underneath, your yarns won't get tangled. You can do magic loop for one sock, it's just two at a time, you didn't know about. It's really very easy. So you knit across your first sock, like so, and then all you do is you let go of that yarn. Thank you, Kalina, for the follow, appreciate that. And then you can see the yarn for the stitches on your next sock is here, and all you do is pick up that, and that yarn's coming from the outside of the ball. Okay, so as you knit, it just comes off the top, and it won't get tangled because the inside of the ball is at the bottom. Naughty Camia Creates, thank you for the follow, appreciate that. Welcome to my channel, guys. Say hi if you want. It doesn't matter if you don't have a centre pull ball. I find it easier for 2 at a time socks to have a centre pull ball, because then you have the yarn coming from 2 different places. You can wind your ball. Okay, Vic, hope she feels better. You can wind your yarn onto 2 separate balls and work from 2 balls if you like. You know, you can wind your yarn into a double-stranded ball, whatever works for you. I personally prefer doing it from a centre pull ball, because then I haven't got to flaff about with bits. And then as you come to the end of the sole of your second sock, all you do now, to bear in mind obviously which way is going, the sock I've just finished is my outside yarn. Okay, so what I do is I loop that over my needle that way, my centre pull ball over that way, yeah, and then turn that way. And now my outside yarn is still on top, so it's not going to get hindered. It will still unravel without getting caught up in the other one. And then when I'm over here and I'm knitting on this sock, it's down here, not being hindered by this one. It's just making sure when you turn your needles as to which yarn is where. And your yarn would get tangled if you had your ball that way up, because of the nature of the way one of them undoes. Your outside yarn, where it's going round and round and round, this won't stay sat up because it's collapsing. I'm at the end of it. It won't. Yeah, because your outside yarn is going round and round and round and round like that. If your middle yarn is sticking out, well, it's going to get tangled around it, isn't it? But if you turn the ball upside down and have your centre pull bit coming from underneath, it stops it getting quite so tangled. What's my favourite brand of needles? ChiaoGoo. Without a doubt. These are ChiaoGoo needles. Yes. I always work from the top down. I prefer it. Makes a nice a better fit for me. Which one do I have? What needles? ChiaoGoo. That's that company. That's the name. ChiaoGoo. ChiaoGoo. This is the interchangeable set. And you're just about to see how many sets of needles I have. All bar that one. These are all ChiaoGoo needles. I've actually got almost 2 full sets of interchangeable needles because my mum bought a set as well. And then my mum's eyesight went, so I gained her needles. But these are all ChiaoGoo needles. I like the ones with the red cables. I don't like the clear cables quite so much. But yeah, I love ChiaoGoo needles. They're really, really good. This is a Knit Pro needle. They're almost as good, but I had issues with the interchangeable ones keep coming undone, which is why I switched. And plus the fact I adored the little case here on the ChiaoGoo needles. So. Yeah, I do prefer the red lace ones to the twist ones. Yeah, the ones you're probably looking at are the twist ones. If you look at you want the red lace ones that give you, that's the red cord. They work in exactly the same way. It's just the cables that are different. I love Kitchener Stitch as well. It is so clever. Is that the second sock, Elle? Awesome. You're going to have to cast on something else because you're using its yarn isn't turning up until Tuesday. The other ones, the twist ones, they're see-through. The cable's a different colour, and the end twists in place. It's not fixed. Yeah, so even though with the twist ones, right, hang on. I might have a twist cable. Yeah, I have a twist cable. See that clear one in there? That's a twist cable. So these are exactly the same size. That's a twist cable. It's clear. There isn't any difference in it. It doesn't do anything special. They're just sort of plastic and they're clear. But they didn't seem as robust to me as the red ones did. Which is why, I got the twists originally. And I must admit, a lot of the cables broke. I'm quite hard on my cables though. And I thought, these are a bit pants. And I was really, really cross actually. And somebody said, try the red ones. So you can order the cables individually, So I bought a couple of cables and set to work and they just put up with it, Yay, finished socks. And they've been worked hard, especially my sock needles. I've had these, Christ, when was the year of socks out? God knows, yeah. I went to Italy, I know that. 10 years ago or so? I've probably had these a good 10 years. Yeah, it must be. And I have knit literally hundreds of pairs of socks and I've not had any of these break. These are the fixed circs. These aren't the interchangeable ones because they didn't do the interchangeable ones when I wanted them, not in this size. They started at I think it was 2.75, the interchangeables, but they do a mini set now, which Dorks bought. So I'm quite tempted. Yeah, I love my red lace set, I must admit. And they're all I use. I don't use any other brand now. And you love them. Do you love them? Do you think they're robust enough to stand up to being used and abused? I need to measure so much by us hard-handed sock knitters. It doesn't seem to be getting any shorter. You can't do socks on Magic Loop anyway. It's really easy. Once you figure it out, it is so easy. And you're not in danger of losing the needle that you're not using like you are with DPNs. I started out on DPNs, don't get me wrong. I started out with DPNs and would knit one sock at a time. And then I read about using 2 circular needles. So basically the way it worked was that your one side would sit on one knot of one knot of circs, and then the back lot of neat stitches would sit on another circ. And I did several socks like that. And it annoyed me having all these, because that's Elle uses DPNs, Dork uses 2 circs, and I do magic loop. But having the pins dangling about annoyed me all the time. And then I read up about magic loop and I thought, I'm sure I could do that, you know. And I had a go. And I think it helped that I'd done 2 socks on 2 circs before trying magic loop, you know. But I would always be losing my spare DPN. You're hard on your needles, so you'll see how they hold up. You love the mini set as much as your higher needles, and you've been a higher woman for years. Oh, high praise then. Yes, I am tempted to buy the... You tried it for a sleeve on a jumper and ended up buying DPNs and size you need. Oh, well. If DPNs are your thing, then DPNs are your thing. Nothing wrong with that. But I use magic loop for anything. It's like sleeves on a jumper. I knit those 2 at a time on magic loops as well. That way I know that they're exactly the same length. And it's my arms that are obviously off. You use 2 circs, DPNs and 9-inch circs. Depends on your mood which you use. I tried using a little mini circ, the little 9-inch circular needles. Somebody at my knitting group that I used to be in many years ago bought one to have a go at, and those little circs went the rounds through the knitting group so that we could all try them, and I just couldn't get on with it at all. Yeah, a longer cable might well help you. I mean, for socks I prefer an 80cm cable, so that there's sort of, you know, plenty at either end sort of thing. Got mini set and uses them as DPNs. Hey, if it works. But yeah, I mean, you know, I've got proof that I used to use DPNs. And I'm pretty sure these are ChiaoGoo needles as well. My little 4-inch DPNs. I haven't used these in, God, I can't remember how long it's been since I last used these. I'm pretty sure that used to be a set of 5. So you've got the higher flyers as well, but those you don't use much because the tip stabs you in the palm because of the way you knit. Yeah, those are 4 inches long. See, I love a pointy tip on my needles, so I might have to look into those, Dork. Not that I need more needles, you know, but... So I probably shouldn't look at them, because I'll look at them and then I'll want all of the needles. How many stitches do you do for little socks then, Elle? Just out of interest. Or do you just do like a half size? Because Daryl keeps nagging me for socks. And I'm wondering if I can make a pair for him out of the yarn I get left over from some socks. Because, like, you know, I get quite a bit left over from socks, really. And I keep thinking about making him some knitted socks. What's the sock pattern? Hang on, I posted it further up. Oh, there it is. There you go. That's the pattern. You use square needles, do you? See, I tried those as well. They hurt my hands, hurt my fingers. Didn't realise your needles were square. Yeah, see, a lot of people have said that, but I hold my needle on there. I've got a callus. So I found that the edge of the square dug into the cat and really fucking hurt. You just ordered big needles. Yay! So what are you going to do about the amount that you've knitted on the smaller needles? Are you going to like undo it all and reknit them on larger needles, or are you going to keep it as a torture yourself project? Got knit pros. Yeah, knit pros are cool. I used to have knit pros. You don't know. The fabric is bulletproof. Yeah, it would be, and waterproof. Don't think I've ever knit on 1.5s. They wouldn't wear out anytime soon, though, would they? Have you posted a picture yet, Al? Or are you still kitcheneering? Working on your first knitted sweater ever. Been working on it for 6 months now. Doing cable took some time to learn. Yeah, it can do. I love cable work. Ah, what furries? I love cables, and the harder they are, the more I love them. I love a complicated pattern. But I'm a sadist, so... Oh, my buttons all fell over. My Discord channel is very, very, very new. I only set it up like the day before yesterday. So be kind. But yeah, come join. Oops. Single stitch. God, it's 11:10. Go in a minute. I'm hungry again. Oh, pardon me. Oh dear. Couple of weeks. Hello, Mikey. How you feeling, sweetheart? Couple of weeks. I think it was. I started them just at the end of October. Slurpy dog is slurping. Slurp, slurp, slurp. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I started them at the end of October. Oh, excuse me. Oh, dearie. Let's have a look. How if I actually looked from the top, wouldn't it? Yeah, I paused to finish another project. What date was that? Yeah, 24th, 25th of October. And then I paused to finish those, because those were almost done. And I paused to finish those and then went back to them. So I knit most days, nowhere near as much as I used to. I used to knit all day, every day. But I don't now. I just knit for a couple of hours in the evening. You're basically sitting here watching endless television. You don't have the energy to actively choose from YouTube. Oh, sweets. You will. You'll start feeling better soon. It's just, your body's just got to adjust, that's all. Excuse me. Oh, dear me. You think I never slept, wouldn't you? That's me, top yarn. I may have to go find a snack in a minute. I have the Mega Munchables. This is not a good thing. They messed up your hands with all the IVs. You've been trying every night to take out your watercolours. Can't even get a good swatch. Ah. Yeah, well, your hands need time to heal as well, babes. You know, they've had all those IVs and all that going on. You know, give yourself a chance to recover. I suspect they're probably a wee bit bruised. Oh, apologies. Sleep time for Miss Al. Night, night, sweetie. Sleep well. Are you going to move your husband to the bed or just leave him snoring on the sofa? Oh, he's awake. Okay. Good night, sweetheart. I'll see you in the morning. At some point. When I drag my ass out of bed. Love you too, babes. Sleep well. If you don't sleep well, come back. So this is my sock measurer, let's call it. And what I did was I got a Sharpie and wrote my measurements on it. And these are great. If you don't have one, I highly recommend one. And what you do is you push it in until the round part is in the heel of the sock. So like that. And then you can measure how much more you've got to go. So I've got that much to go. I have big feet. I can walk on water. But yeah, that's how much foot I've done from the heel. Oh, this came from the sock www.sockruler.com. That's where mine came from. I bought this years ago. Oh. My only issue with it is it could be like half the width of that, but I suppose it fits quite nicely to toes and heels, you know. But you can use it like all the ways as well. Like if you work toe up, you just wedge that bit in the toe until it hits wherever you like. So eventually I'm going to have everybody's measurements on it, but it works for now. It means that I don't have to keep trying them on. You've got a couple of them you've had for years, got all the markings for different heels on yours. Yeah. Is there a pattern out for kids? I'm sure there must be. It must be a pattern on Ravelry or something. I think the issue with kids' socks is that it depends on the kid and the edge of the kid. You know? You're from UK? Yeah, so my love. So plus shipping and customs fees, you'd probably be the same if you ordered wooden ones. It depends. I can't remember how much I were. I ordered, like I say, bought those years ago, and they were still patent pending then. Don't think they are now. No, patent pending. I don't think they're majorly expensive. It depends on how much you want to pay on them, really, I suppose. You're 34 and you wore a size 2 shoe. Oh, you have dinky feet. Dinky feet. Well, see, that's the good thing about doing top-down socks, is that you just knit until they are the right length. You know? Yeah, you could do that. I'm on the Isle of Wight. If you work a top-down sock, Camia, then what you want to do, because I assume you don't have like dinky legs. I assume you have regular adult-sized legs. So if you worked from the top down, just look for any top-down pattern, right? I've even got one on Ravelry. And then all you do is you knit. So you knit it, you do your heel, you knit your foot, and you stop your foot length at the end of your little toe. Okay, at the tip of your little toe. That's the way I do it. Then what I do is I decrease at each end every other round until I've worked half the stitches. So I work a 72 stitch sock. Yeah. So when I do the toes, I work until this bit is at the end of my little toe. That's what that mark on there is. And then I do decrease this end and this end on both sides. And then I knit around. Then I decrease, 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 knit around until I've got 36 stitches in total. Then I decrease every round until I have 18 stitches total, and then I Kitchener. That's why I prefer top down, because you can work to the length of your foot. So yes, Isle of Wight, near Sandown. I have a pattern. Hang on, because I'm pretty sure it's on Ravelry. It's a free pattern for top-down socks, and I explain what I did and how I did it. See if I can find it for you. Oh, excuse me. If I can remember how the fuck Ravelry works. It's been a while. Is it that one? That's the toe up socks. Oh, okay. I obviously haven't put those there. Hang on then. They're in my Dropbox. And I can give you a link. I'm sure they're in my Dropbox. But I actually wrote them out for 64 and 72 inch socks. Stitch socks, not inch socks. I did enter my details, you dumb, stupid website. Didn't realise my top down ones weren't on there. Oh my goodness me, go away. They would be in. The website's totally changed since I last used it. Patterns, I think. I have a lot of socks. I have a shitload of socks in my Dropbox. They're not in there. Of course they're not. They're somewhere. In documents. No, that's toe up as well. It may well be that I'll need to upload them. I might have to upload them. Because they don't appear to be there. Which might mean that they're on my computer. I know they are because I recently printed them. So I shall have to find them. But yeah, all I literally do is, I mean, you've made socks before? Did they fit around? You have a book called How to Knit Socks. It explains a lot how to do measuring. Using it, you manage to adjust the size of basic vanilla socks to make a pair for your kid, but the website doesn't exist anymore. Yeah, I mean, you can buy. Is it Basically Knitted Socks? Is that the one I'm thinking about? There are loads of sock books out there. I didn't measure, I would admit, when I first started wearing socks. I didn't measure. I followed a pattern that I found free on Ravelry and I knit them. And then when I discovered that they didn't fit, I changed, the amount of stitches that I used. I changed the stitch count. I changed the needle size and all of that lot until I found what works for me. Pardon me. Top down socks. Right. I've got them, but they're not in PDF format. Hopefully the amount of tabs I'm opening isn't going to completely crash my computer. Yeah, I learned over the years as to what works best for me. I know that I need a 2.25 millimeter needle, and that a 72 stitch sock works better for me. And to be honest, the only way you're going to find that out is by trying it. I also know that I prefer a top-down sock, and I prefer to knit a top-down sock with a heel flap and gusset rather than an afterthought heel or, whatever else type of heel there is. This is just what I prefer to do. This is what fits my feet better. So, I apologise if the video's gotten a little bit jumpy. It's because I'm trying to open Pages so that I can turn this into a PDF. And it's like 9 times out of 10, if I find a pattern that I like, I can usually adjust it for my preference. If it's a 64 stitch sock, I can usually figure out how to wrangle it so it's 72. But I like a nice tight fabric for my socks, which is why I work on a 2.25. Okay. It's very basic. You use 2mm and 56 stitches fit your feet. Okay, well, if that's what works for you, in that case then, you will, hang on just a sec while I export that to PDF. PDF, where is that going to go? This is where it saves it, and I don't. What size feet do I have? I take a UK 7 or 8. I'm going to put this straight in Dropbox. You can't English today. That's fine. I have trouble with English a lot of the time. Right. Put up her sock down socks. Let's put them in there, and then I will. That's apparently done. That was nice and quick. Right, hang on. So Dropbox. MNOP. Here you go. Put it up, drop another up. Share. Oh my word. Can't you just fucking give me a link to share it with? Ah. Create link. Coffee link. Hopefully this will work. That should be the link to my top-down socks in Dropbox. It's PDF, so you should be able to open it. I just found it helpful then, because you know. Right, hang on, I'm just scrolling up. Yeah, I bet you fit in kids' shoes all the time, don't you? So if you know that a 56 stitch sock fits your feet, then all you need to do is work out the length of it. Now, unless you've got really, really tiny toes, which, you know, you shouldn't have. I don't know, you might have. But, yeah, that's the method I find works the best for fitting toes, is to do every other increase at each end, every other round, and then each end of every round. Work until you've got half the stitches, sort of thing. I need to write that pattern up properly though, because that's a bit rough and ready, that one. I think I'm going to have to experiment as to what fits Daryl's feet, because he's got skinny little legs. You just wrote down in your little notepad how many rows for each part of the socks to get socks you like. You don't like high socks, so now you make them only a little bit over your ankle, you're old fashioned like that, just know. So yeah, why not? Hey, if that works for you, that's great. I just use that sock ruler, you know. because I like socks to come up a little bit higher than that. Normally, that stems from when I used to wear New Rock boots all the time. But I find that I tend to knit socks the same leg length as my foot length, if that makes sense. So the leg is half the length, and then when you fold them over like that, they're more or less the same length. But I also knit quite a large cuff. This is a 30-row cuff because I like a wide cuff on my socks. But that's what I always say to people. Socks are such a personal thing, because you find out as you go what you actually like to how you like them made. So the first pair of socks I made for myself, I made 5 individual socks before I had a pair that fit and were comfortable and that I liked. Yeah, I work a heel flap in my socks. This has got a different type of heel. It's still a heel flap, but it's worked differently. I'm just testing it with these socks. But yeah, I'm with that first pair. I must have made 5 or 6 individual socks before I had a pair that I liked. Yeah, the heel's there on the back. That's it, yeah. Yeah, keep trying. If at first you don't succeed, try again. You sneezed like your brains a few hours ago. Pleasant. Yeah, I did. I actually put a video up on how to knit a heel flap with sock. A heel flap and gusset on a pair of socks. It's over on my YouTube channel. And Rita followed them, which is awesome. Excuse me. Your very first pair of socks, you misread your notes and made the foot the size of the ankle pot by mistake. Yeah. Yeah. With dinky feet though, you must be able to get 2 pairs of socks out of one whole ball of yarn, mustn't you? A bonus, you're saving money that way. I used the same skein of yarn on my first pair. I was so surprised that they held up to being knit and undone and knit and ripped out and knit and ripped out over and over again. They were my favourite pair of socks for a long, long time. I reckon you could probably get another pair of socks out of a ball of yarn then, where you have such small feet. That's awesome. I don't, because as you can see, I make long socks for big feet. Right. Yeah, I bet they are. I bet you can get some really nice kids' shoes to fit you as well. That's so unfair. I'm going to do another toilet stop and grab another drink, so I will be right back. Yeah, it's so not fair. I'd love to have small feet. It's a pain trying to find nice shoes when you have feet like boats. You know? Oh, I missed a stitch there. Excuse me. Your husband wants a simple hat and he wants the stitch to be very tight. His head measurement is I can't answer that, Rita, because I don't know what your tension is. Basically, what you need to do is knit a tension square. I can't believe I'm saying this because I never knit tension squares. You need to knit a tension square. Okay, you need to, if you don't know what that is, Google it. But basically what it is you knit a piece of knitting, a swatch. Okay, and then you measure how many stitches on average you get in an inch. And then that will give you an idea of the size that you will need. But I would recommend that if he wants it to be quite tight, I would go for like a ribbed hat. So like knit 1, purl 1 or knit 2, purl 2. Because then that way it's going to automatically be more elasticy, like the cuffs on your socks. So it will be that little bit tighter than maybe a stocking stitch would. But yeah, you'd need to do a tension square first. Finding nice shoes, small size isn't easy either. Once you find you don't, they're cheaper. This is true. This is true. I don't know. It's like at first when I sort of like, gained adulthood and my feet kept fucking growing, I was a bit worried at first as to whether I would have trouble finding shoes, but it actually seems I have about average size shoes. Because every time I go to buy some, my size is always out of bloody stock, Yeah, 8.5 to 9. Yeah, me too. You're also short, so sometimes can't reach the shoes you want. You love your life. I'm short too. I'm 5'2", and it makes life very difficult. Yeah. I don't know what it is in centimetres. I need to drop my hair down because it's still damp and I need it to dry before I go to bed. I had a friend once complain and cry, poor thing, saying she didn't even reach 170. Yeah, trouble is I think I'm the shortest out of everybody I know. Even my daughter's taller than I am. Insane. Right, what we at? Right, it's coming up on midnight, you guys. So I'm going to go, mainly because I want a snack. As I hunger. But I've made loads of progress today, so I don't think I've got much more to do. These might be finished by my next knitting stream. That'd be good. Thank you everybody who came in and did a follow. Everybody that did a host. Much appreciated. It really is. I hope to see you all again. That would be really, really nice. Don't mind me, I'm scratching. I have psoriasis, so I scratch a lot. Yeah. So thank you very much for joining. I really do appreciate it. I will be back Wednesday to do some bullet journaling and then probably some knitting or something after that. Thursday I do spinning and Saturday I do knitting again. So yeah, it'd be really, really cool. Streams down below. All my social media links are down below there. That wasn't my Discord link because I've already pasted it in. I don't know where my Discord link is now. It's in here somewhere. There it is. Oh, that wasn't right either. I can't hit the right amount of fucking keys today. There's my Discord if you fancy coming and joining us on that. Yeah, take care and I will see you next time. Thanks for joining. Oh, I think we're going to go and raid somebody. We should raid somebody, shouldn't we? Because, you know, it's that's the done thing. Let's go raid somebody. Let's see. Let's have a look. Oh look, making stuff for 6 and shrink. That's me. I'm trying to find somebody. Right, let's go up the top here. Let's go to this chappie who is doing wood turning by the look of things. Right, Big Hungry 2X. So let's go. Let's just copy his username in there. And then we'll go raid. Oh my God. My own page just kicked me out. Asshole. My own stream is being a dick. Right. Wow. So we're going to go there and raid this chappie who is doing wood turning because that looks fascinating. So I hope you're all ready and I will see you next time. Thank you so much for joining me. Take it easy, guys. Bye bye.